Hello and welcome to June 16th, Alphas KR 3%. Oh, disappointment, disappointment, disappointment. But it is what it is. We are looking at that where we are 55 cents to the good here. Close was 37.55 and we're looking at 37.25 for the exit. And that exit will produce we're plus 3%. We might be getting out close to me minus 5 if we get taken out. We don't know. It can still bouncy, but we don't know. The market is what it is. Okay, that said, we're going to review the exits for Capri and Sable. I mean, Scheinberg. So at Capri, now Capri did not get to its. Here we go. Capri did not get to its. Hasn't cleared yet. It still has a chance. Look at this. It still has a chance to get there and get that clearance and be able to move on. And we have a test of this bottom. We had a test here, came back down, came very close again here, and now it's moving in here, and we've got a nice little hammer there. So it's still good. There's still good hope here for Capri to get in. It's minus 3%. Okay, SLB. At SLB, there we are at SLB. SLB is struggling to stay in positive territory. Our stop is here at 33.39 and our close was 34.04. So that is 65 cents. That's 65 cents buffer and that's it. So again, we'll be looking at now. This is representing minus 9%. So that close right there is minus 9%, and the drop is it's almost 70, almost round off 70. So it'll be 35 cents. It'll be we could end up getting maybe 15% loss on this SLB if it happens. Well, with that said, we're still sitting on cash. Now, I mentioned that yesterday, and that's an important part of the thing. The scanners have not given us, in the loss leaders, has not given us any opportunity. So our cash is still here, and that cash is represented by how much? 65.13 as a percentage. And the answer is we are 70% cash. So scanner comes up with opportunity. The market decides to go in one direction or the other, and the scanners catch it. We'll be on. Today we did complete at 17.7 for the stochastics. It's still beating the SPY of 13.8. So we're still ahead of that part of the market. So with that said, let's go on to the scanner. So we'll go to our scanners and here now I'm testing this one here is the price channel 55 is one that's in the laboratory for next July. Okay, come down here to load and load our personal, and we're right here at stochastics uptrend. So we'll go stochastics uptrend is the alpha account, and away it goes. And the answer is nothing. Now, let's see what the rest of the market has to say, because this is something that, like I said earlier, that we are sitting on cash. Now, we have to be very careful with this. That the mantra is idle cash makes the money, but foolish cash will lose money. And that is become where we have to be very careful about. So coming for one of the shifts, we're what 14 days away from another Elvis shift, and that Elvis shift would be is a possibility of opening up, because look, we're only dealing with 46 issues. If we open up to the Elvis shift of, let's say, all optionable, let's see what the all optionable would have been for the stochastics uptrend. Because even though the market has been in somewhat of a sell-off, not everything comes down. There was a story that came out one time that in the crash of 2008, 200 and something, just a little over 200, not much, just over 200 had opportunity, do it in positive territory during that crash. Well, there we are. You can see that this would be a possible candidate if we were in open field. And there we are. We have, and this is sorted by volume. Remember, volume is your pressure. And also, too, if you're going to be open field, you can also set the volume and say, you know what, I'm not going to look at anything less than. My grandson's a good example of that. He does not like anything under 5 million shares. I said if it's 5 million shares or better. So these guys here at 4.9, and that they might show up on his sheet. He might do 4.9, but he will not take anything less than 5. So there we are. So let's go ahead and use ORPH as an example of how we would set that up. This is for demonstration purposes only, and see, now here's something that's really weird. Look at this. This is one of those strange things that happens. And what causes that is that people discover a stock and they get hot and crazy about it. And bada boom, bada beam, they do this. It goes from $16 and shoots to $77. I can pretty much assure you that people who maybe had the stock down here at around 775 definitely were grabbing that money off the table, and that's what will push it back down again. That's a lot. I mean, that is your 10 times, and that is my search too. I am searching for the 10x. This is why I'm doing these strategies to see which one I can possibly come up with a 10x opportunity. So if this was happening, and again, we don't know what the options are. If the options don't qualify, they don't qualify. We would do is take our 3-to-1 ratio, go to the high, come down to the bottom of here, where that dip lows right there. You can see it right there. And then this would be our setup. Now, would this be a realistic trade? Let's talk about that. It would not. The chances that you're going to have this 3-to-1, which is $5 to $24 spread, coming in at 81.41, highly not likely. Then again, you can never say never in this business. Never say never, because what happened here could easily happen over here in the next few days. Whatever drove this to happen might do it over here somewhere. That said, let's go on to a little more realistic. Home, and come over to home. I know home. Home was one of my ones I traded in the past. And let's see, we get this thing to stretch out time. Oopsie. There. Oh, watch my time. Watch my time. Okay, so you see here we have, remember, it's a stochastic strategy. Comes down, comes through here, comes into this turnaround zone, stochastics, uprising RSI, histogram goes to green, and then our entry would be the top of the candle to the bottom of the candle, and that would be a more realistic play right there. That would be a realistic play. That's how you would play it. And then now you have to go to options and do your options criteria. Okay, let's go ahead and now run the scan for the downside, since we didn't have anything for the alphas and the upside. So take stochastic downtrend, and there's the alpha account again, and away we go. And nothing. So if we were open field, we would be looking at that the uptrend. Oh, let's go open field in the closing seconds. Let's go to upfield here. The downside, this is downside scanning, 5,000 shares, 5,000 stocks, and it's a very low bar, 20,000 shares. It's not a lot, and the reason that is because I do have some low price shares in the alphas, and so I run the scanner, I don't want to be left out, and nothing there. So that is the conclusion of today's report. As you would see, we had the upscale, we had the upside opportunity, and that's what we're talking about. The mantra of idle money makes no money. With that, it's conclusion of today's report. I thank everyone for stopping by. But statistics is still stochastic, still ahead of the SPY. And bye-bye.